Ann Arbor, Michigan. He was arraigned on July 24th and on August 7th. His case was scheduled for a pre-trial conference before Judge Cedric Simpson in the 4th.
Good afternoon, Assistant Public Defender Lauren Perny on behalf of Mr. Jarrell. Please state your name.
Jarrell.
Okay. And where are we on his case?
Your Honor, we have not had contact prior to today. I think the number we have for you
I don't have a phone. So whoever gave you a number, it was invalid.
Okay. So I'll need to figure out a way to get in touch with him so we can go over the case together. If I give you my number.
What is?
You have a P.O. box?
I don't have a phone. I have Blonde Center. Use a P.O. box, I think.
Okay. Do you have an email address?
No. I'm on the radar. Use electronics.
All right. So you guys are going to be trying to figure out a way to get to make contact with each other, right? So
Yeah.
okay. So the reason I say that is let me just do this. Let me give you a little bit of time so that I'm going to turn this out to September 4th, 2024, 9 a.m.
What's the holdup?
Oh.
It's trespassing.
Pardon?
I don't understand what the holdup is. It's trespassing.
What do you mean what the holdup is?
This is it's an arraignment, right? Or a preliminary exam?
No. You're not charged with a felony, so it's not a preliminary examination.
Right.
You were arraigned in this on July 24th.
Mm-hmm.
They set this date. Your attorney hasn't been able to talk to you about the cases at all.
Okay.
So I'm trying to I can set it for 2 weeks out.
Yeah.
But the problem.
I'm tired of the state. I'm ready to leave this state as soon as possible. It's trespassing. I could technically leave and you guys could issue a warrant as long as I don't return. You can kiss my. This is.
You know what? No. I'm going to tell you what. You don't come in. You don't. Okay. That's contempt. That's 93. Keep going. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's another 93. That's 6 93s consecutive. Of people versus Daryl Jarrell.
Ron Brown appearing on behalf of Daryl Jarrell, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Daryl Jarrell.
Judge Simpson attempts to schedule another pretrial conference to give Mr. Jarrell time to discuss his case with his public defender, who had been unable to reach him because he did not have a phone. Mr. Jarrell responded with profanity-laced outbursts directed toward Judge Simpson, resulting in Judge Simpson sentencing him to a total of 558 days in jail for contempt of court. Under Section 600, 1701 of the Michigan Compiled Laws, judges have the authority to punish disorderly, contemptuous, or insolent behavior that directly tends to interrupt court proceedings or impair the respect due to the court's authority when the conduct occurs while court is in session in the immediate view and presence of the judge. Likewise, Section 600, 1711 permits judges to issue such punishment, quote, unquote, summarily when a contempt is committed in the immediate view and presence of court, meaning the punishment may be imposed immediately without separate proceedings being required. Mr. Jarrell's actions fit squarely within the type of contempt that judges can punish immediately. Section 600, 1715 of the Compiled Laws sets the maximum punishment for contempt at 93 days imprisonment or a fine of $7,500. Accordingly, Judge Simpson sentenced Mr. Jarrell to the maximum sentence for 6 different acts of contempt, adding up to 558 days. Shortly after Mr. Jarrell's outburst, his counsel filed a motion to obtain a modification of the contempt sanction, and a hearing was scheduled on August 13, 2024. During this hearing, Mr. Jarrell's counsel sought to reduce Mr. Jarrell.
Defense counsel has filed an emergency motion to attempt to purge the contempt in this matter.
You have.
And I first give the floor to my client.
Pardon?
I'm giving my client the floor.
Your Honor, there's no excuse for what I done, man. I lost my composure and I directed my frustrations at you. I apologize for being disrespectful to you and your court and wasting time, the people. Hopefully you accept my apology and reconsideration of the time you've sentenced me to. Thank you.
Your Honor, we have referred him to our aimed social work division to help him work through in some of the personal issues that he's going through that culminated in his outburst in court. You've been a judge for a very long time, set a very high bar for people as they appear before you. I think we communicate differently. Some people, even though it's socially inappropriate, use profanity, and profanity can be used as an attention getter. And I think it got the court's attention, but he's in need of service.
Oh, he did.
He's in need of services, Your Honor. He's in need of services, and we're trying to sort through a plan to present to the court, if you would accept his humble apology to help him move the cases forward.
Anything from the people?
Well, Your Honor, we were all present for it. I had a chance to review the video. It's actually worse than what the court noted in the record. I'm sure the court's seen the video, but it was worse than what the court noted. I will leave it to the discretion of the court, but if there's going to be a modification or change of the sentence imposed by the court, I would certainly like there to be a plan in place for Mr. Durrell.
Mr. Durrell, what was going on with you?
Well, there's a lot of issues that I'm under currently. One, I'm unemployed. I can't obtain a driver's license. Without those, it's hard to provide for yourself.
A modification or change of the sentence imposed by the court.
There are minute trespassings that aren't even trespassing. I used an easement for one, and the other one should have been dismissed. Just frustrations, man. There's no excuse for what I've done. You wanted an in-depth look. I shared some things. I mean, it falls on me, man.
No, it does.
He realizes that this case, many other people are watching, and how the court handles it. We're hopeful that others won't use this as an example to act out as well.
Well, but from the very beginning, the one thing that, as Mr. Brown correctly points out, I've been doing this a minute. And, Mr. Durrell, you were in my court, and I watched you because you were sitting in the back. And you were sort of a dichotomy of things for me. Because as you sat back in the back of the courtroom, you sat there very respectful. You had your ball cap on. When you came through, you took your ball cap off. You sat in that back row, just patient as all could be. When you came up, you again, initially it was fine. You were maybe upset by the charges, but a lot of people were like that.
Right.
It was going fine, and I could overhear, just so that you understand what I was trying to do, I overheard, as you were talking to your attorney, that you didn't have a phone.
Right.
You didn't have email. And more than anything in the world, I was worried that you weren't going to be able to have adequate time. I would have just normally set it 2 weeks out, then whatever. And I was trying to give more time, not to delay it,
Yeah.
but to try to make sure that if you had to get in touch with Ms. Perrony by letter, you guys had to do that or do whatever,
Yeah. See, I was thinking
that
about the other.
there be time for that to happen. And that seemed to aggravate you, but I think, when I look at it, you were aggravated because you thought the system was kind of dragging out.
Good.
But I was doing that for your benefit.
My apologies. I'm again misunderstood.
And so then when you wanted me to, then you wanted it done sooner. So then I said, okay, I'll go off in front of me before. Doesn't bother me. It's going to happen, I guess. But you just got yourself worked up to the point that as you were headed down and out, I'm just thinking, I don't know why you want to battle. It's a battle you can't win.
Right. Silly me.
Yeah, silly, stupid. There's a lot of words. Maybe start with that because it didn't make any sense.
No, not at all. You're right, man.
And I'm going to tell you something. And I'm not saying this to embarrass you because you're in good hands with the folks at the public defender's office. You need a break, right?
Yes, sir.
You need something to go in your direction.
Yes.
Yeah. And it seems everything, you can correct me if I'm wrong, everything you had been doing, none of it was quite working out. And you're trying to get rid of stuff. This was one of the things you wanted it done and gotten rid of so you could try to move on to that next thing.
Absolutely.
And I'm not saying this again, I'm not saying this to embarrass you, but sometimes things get tough. You get yourself wound up. You get to a point.
Judge Simpson explained that he
Can't just
proposed
let you
setting the
walk
next
away.
pretrial
What you
farther
did
out
is-
than he normally would
And
because Mr.
so that
Jarrell
you
did not have a
understand,
phone.
this is really
And he wanted to
isn't
ensure
about
that he had
you
enough
or
time
me.
to communicate
It's
with his
about you.
attorney by
It
letter
isn't about
under
me.
Section
You
610 of
can
the
say all
Michigan
those
court
things
rules.
you want,
A
but
district
the one
court judge
thing
such as Judge
in the
Simpson
past 25
can
years, I'm
direct the
gonna tell you,
prosecutor,
I
the
do not
defendant,
let people
and defense
just
counsel to appear at a
disrespect this
pretrial conference
institution
before a
and
case
walk away.
proceeds to trial.
Right.
In
It just
practice,
won't happen
pretrial
with me.
conferences
I'm sure
are case
Mr. Brown
management
has
hearings
told
where
you.
the court and the parties
just
address
don't.
issues like discovery, motions,
I
potential plea
understand,
agreements,
however,
scheduling, and the status of the
balance
defendant's
that
representation with the goal
against
of
sort
moving
of
the case
where
toward a
you
fair and
are
efficient
and what you're
resolution.
trying to
Here,
do.
Mr. Jarrell's
So
attorney had
we're
not been able to
currently
reach him
set
to discuss the
for
case.
September
So,
4th
Judge Simpson's decision to push
at
the date
9
out functioned to
a.m.
protect Mr.
What I'm
Jarrell's
going to do
right to the
regarding
so-called
the
effective
contempt,
assistance of counsel. As the
I'm
Supreme
gonna
Court held in the
work
1984
it
case of
this way.
Strickland versus
I
Washington,
will grant
the
to
Sixth
certain
Amendment
accept the
guarantees a
motion,
defendant
and
more
I'm going to
than the mere appointment
reformulate
of
the
an attorney. It guarantees effective assistance of counsel,
558 days
which
that you talk
necessarily
yourself
includes a
into.
meaningful opportunity
And when you're
to
back there
consult
thinking,
with counsel about the case.
think about
And for
this,
that
how
reason,
you took a
instead of the
case
typical
with a
2-week
maximum
turnaround,
30-day sentence
Judge
and
Simpson
parlayed that into
proposed to set the next
558 days.
pre-trial about a
Right.
month out to give Mr. Jarrell
Oh, goodness.
So what I'm,
Times.
and I think even that day, for a brief moment, you regretted what had happened.
Absolutely. As soon as I said it, but I was fueled.
And it's because when you got back there and all of a sudden that door shut behind you and locked up, you realized something.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And as it was described to me, right or wrong, you were sort of laying there on the floor crying.
Wrong. I was sorrowful.
Look,
I may or may not have.
no,
I don't
just listen,
recall.
just listen. There's no embarrassment.
Mhm.
There's not. I got it reported to me
Right.
because I was worried about you. I
Right.
didn't, nobody was trying to say to embarrass you or do anything. You had gotten yourself to a certain point. Something got out of control. You took a circumstance that was kind of bad, made it even worse. Now you have to figure out how to get out of that.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You had left here that day. You don't have a place to stay, do you?
No, I'm currently homeless.
Yeah.
The Delana Center.
Pardon?
The Delana Center.
But are you there most of the time?
They have a waiting list period.
Yeah.
So as long as you continue to check in, I think they do a triage. Just to know that you're interested in a room there. They'll continue to screen you, and when one comes available, they'll offer it for housing. Until then, you sleep wherever you can, couches, wherever, tents, bridges, parks. As long as the cops don't push you along.
So the reality is you didn't have a place to go, right?
Oh no, I don't have a place to go. No.
All right.
Judge, he's even sleeping.
Pardon?
He was sleep deprived. He's sleeping. He's got a roof over his
probably
head.
was sleep deprived a little bit too. Man, I couldn't stop falling asleep. Did you notice that? Couldn't, man.
I just thought it was my relaxing voice and personality. Mr. Allen, actually today, you look a whole lot better than you did that day.
Thank you. I feel better too.
Before you came in, when was the last time you ate?
I ate probably the day before.
So you hadn't eaten that whole day.
No. I actually went to eat, but I didn't have enough time to jump on the bus and come back, so I skipped it. I think I may have had some donuts for breakfast, though.
Okay.
I think I may have.
What do you think I would do with you after what you did?
And you can do anything you want with me, Your Honor.
Oh, I know I
What I would
can.
like you to do for me is to let me go and we'll have continued scheduling of the September 4th date. And you'll see that I've told you the truth about the charges that are pending. They'll probably even get thrown out by then.
Pardon?
Once the prosecutor reviews them, they should probably get thrown out.
Well, you know, probably you're about to try to make another mistake. And that is you're trying to practice law, even though it's about your case and you don't have a law degree. Why don't you leave it to the experts that are around you?
And
Yeah.
sounds good.
I think he's suggesting that you suspend or hang it over his head. Contempt,
What
if
date
not
was that we sent him in?
purge, Your Honor.
I can't just let you walk away from it. What you did is, so that you understand, this really isn't about you or me. It's about you,
Yeah.
but it isn't about me. You can say all those things you want, but the one thing in the past 25 years, I will tell you, I do not let people just disrespect this institution and walk away.
Right.
It won't happen with me, and I'm sure Mr. Brown has told you that. I just don't.
Okay.
I understand, however, and balance that against sort of where you are and what you're trying to do. So we're currently set for September 4th at 9 a.m. What I'm going to do regarding the contempt, I'm going to work it this way. I will grant to a certain extent the motion, and I'm going to reformulate the 558 days that you talked yourself into. And when you're back there thinking, think about this, how you took a case with a maximum 30-day sentence and parlayed that to 558 days.
Right. Oh, goodness.
So what I'm going to do is take the 558 days. I will indicate defendant is to serve 93. I will give him credit for the 6 that he's been in and suspend at this time the balance.
Thank you.
When we come back, so it's down to 93 now. When we come back on the 4th, I'll consider whatever else I might do regarding that sentence.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Whether or not you serve the rest of it is going to be dependent upon your behavior, how you come into court.
Judge Simpson told Mr. Durrell that he was reducing the contempt sentence to 93 days, which, as we discussed earlier in this episode, is the maximum penalty for a single instance of contempt. He then credited Mr. Durrell with the 6 days that he had already served since he had been jailed from the moment that he was held in contempt at the prior hearing. Judge Simpson also stated that he would suspend the remaining 87 days contingent on Mr. Darrell's behavior for the rest of the proceedings in his criminal case. When a court suspends a sentence, it imposes a sentence but holds some or all of it in abeyance, meaning the defendant does not have to serve the suspended portion unless a specified condition is violated. In other words, Judge Simpson reserved the authority to reimpose that jail time if Mr. Durrell engaged in further contemptuous conduct in future proceedings, but he did not require Mr. Durrell to return to jail at that time. Mr. Durrell failed to appear for the rescheduled pretrial on September 4th, 2024. He then failed to appear again on October 18th, and court records reflect that a bench warrant was issued that same day. Mr. Durrell did not return to court until October 14th, 2025, after he was apprehended on the warrant. Ultimately, both trespassing charges against Mr. Durrell were dismissed in December of 2025. This episode underscores how quickly an ordinary misdemeanor pretrial can escalate into a far more serious loss of liberty. A courtroom is a highly structured environment with non-negotiable expectations for decorum, and contempt exists because the court must be able to conduct proceedings without intimidation, disruption, or open defiance. When Mr. Durrell's frustration boiled over, the posture of the case changed almost immediately. In the span of a brief exchange, the focus shifted from the underlying allegations to Mr. Durrell's conduct in court, and that conduct exposed him to more than a year of jail time. Judge Simpson's later decision to revisit the contempt sanction highlights a related point. Contempt is a powerful tool designed to maintain order and preserve the court's ability to administer justice fairly, not to impose punishment for its own sake. by reducing the sentence to the statutory maximum for a single contempt finding, crediting time already served, and suspending the remainder contingent on future conduct. Judge Simpson recalibrated the sanction to fit its proper purpose. This decision demonstrated that he would not allow the institution of the court to be openly disrespected, and that he would impose real consequences when that line was crossed, but that he also recognized that further incarceration was not necessarily required to restore order and move the case forward. Let us know if there's a case or courtroom interaction that you'd like us to explore in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe so that we can help foster a more informed society.